Hi, today you're going to take your Wordly Wise Lesson 3 test. We start off with antonyms. Remember, antonyms are opposite. So we're going to think of the definition of the word and then think of the opposite before we make our answer choice. Okay, here we go. You may be surprised to learn that many of the large dinosaurs were not carnivores, said Professor Huang. An antonym for the word carnivores is plant eaters, mammals, giants, or swimmers. So which one is an antonym for carnivore? Number 2, that little dog has a ferocious bark. An antonym for the word ferocious is noisy, fierce, mild-mannered, can also be considered like calm, or amusing. Which one is the best antonym for ferocious? Statue they are building downtown will be gigantic when it is finished. An antonym for the word gigantic is enormous, tiny, bland. Remember, bland meant like boring, or crude. Crude is the same thing as like rude. Okay, so which one is the best antonym, the best opposite for gigantic? Some of Miss Frankenthaler's paintings are very obscure. An antonym for the word obscure is playful, exciting, clear, or important. Which one is the best antonym, opposite for obscure? Playful, exciting, clear, or important? Their decision to move to Barcelona was premature. An antonym for the word premature is wise, childish, sound, that means like a good decision, or late. Which one is the opposite of premature? The government's aim is to preserve the Great Barrier Reef. An antonym for the word preserve is fence, destroy, protect, or forget. Which one is the opposite of preserve? The last kitten in the litter was puny but playful. An antonym for the word puny is large, quiet, ugly, or cranky. So you're choosing the antonym for puny: large, quiet, ugly, or cranky. Field mice are the prey of owls and other large birds. An antonym for the word prey is followers, relatives, hunters, or pests. We're still picking antonyms. The extra credit assignment was optional, but Malik chose to do it anyway. An antonym for the word optional is required, exciting, simple, or difficult. Visitors to Hawaii can tour extinct volcanoes. An antonym for the word extinct is, so opposite of extinct, uninteresting, dangerous, unattractive, or live. Okay. In the next section, we're going to be picking the actual definition, so synonyms or best answer. Which of the following is one of Mr. O'Brien's ancestors? His sister, his cousin, his great-grandmother, or his great-grandson? To comprehend a poem is to write it, understand it, discuss it thoroughly, or recite it. A few were injured, but every passenger survived the accident. This means that everyone was surprised by the accident, no one was killed, many people were at fault, or everyone was seriously hurt. The man in front of me in the movie theater obscured the screen. This means that the man made it difficult for me to see the movie, ran the theater's projector, sat in the very first row, or complained that the movie was out of focus. Jordan and I salsa danced for the duration of the party. This means that we gave dancing lessons to the guests at the party, performed for the guests at the party, danced only at the beginning of the party, or danced from the beginning to the end of the party. Dodo birds and woolly mammoths are extinct. This means that these animals are amusing to look at, are hard to find, no longer exist, or are related to one another. The main purpose of a comprehension exam is to test your ability to write, your ability to multiply and divide, your ability to understand something, or your ability to speak another language. It's unfair for advertisers of car alarm systems to prey upon people's fears. It's unfair of advertisers to break into people's cars, trick people into buying car alarm systems, talk people into entering the advertising business, or give car alarm systems away for free. In the fog, the road signs were obscure. This means that the signs were hard to read, too bright, wet and slippery, or too far apart. What is someone most likely to think about the survivor of a plane crash? That he's a great pilot? His family must miss him? He's lucky to be alive? Or his book is very interesting? One way to preserve strawberries is to eat them, make them into jam or jelly, throw them away, or pick them yourself. My sugar cookies seemed like a puny contribution to the bake sale, but they helped earn over $15. What does puny mean in this sentence? Moist and delicious? Very generous? Very small? Or completely tasteless? It's easy to become prey to dishonest people on the internet. In this sentence, prey means useful, useless, angry, or victim. Which of the following would a carnivorous animal prefer to eat? Grass, leaves and branches, wild fruit, or meat? The field guide said, today's turtles are actually very similar to their ancestors. What did she mean? Turtles are like other creatures that live both on land and in the water. Turtles are like other animals that share their environment. Turtles have not changed much in a very long time, or turtles blend into the features of their environment. To be given an option is to be told to do a certain thing, allowed to make a choice, given a punishment, or told what someone else thinks or feels. Birds prey upon insects and spiders. This means that birds hunt and eat insects and spiders, or depend on insects and spiders for help, or use insects and spiders in many ways, or protect insects and spiders. Thomas hoped that his rose bushes would survive the harsh winter. He wanted his rose bushes to get smaller throughout the winter, to lose their thorns throughout the winter, to remain alive throughout the winter, or attract bees throughout the winter. No one in town was quite prepared for the ferocity of the tornado. Which of the following is probably true about the tornado? It passed very quickly. It did not affect the town. It created a lot of damage. It was predicted far in advance. No one believed him. It was evident to Galileo that Earth was round. What does evident mean in this sentence? It's hard to prove. It was likely to be untrue. It was humorous. Or it was obvious. Okay, do your best.